Hi and welcome to the Cult TV Sofa. This is a reaction video for the 6th episode of the only season of Manimal. You can now watch the full reaction to this episode and the others on my Patreon channel. The link is in the description below. Last time we saw a stable owner switch horses for a race so that he could beat the odds and make a fortune. The previous owner of the horse was onto the scam though, and with JC's help they tracked down the taxidermist that had changed the horse's look for the scam. After a quick change, JC and Brooke chased after the bad guys and headed them off at the pass. So let's see what happens in this episode. I'm going to put any relevant trivia that I find over here, and at the end of the reaction I'll be discussing what happened and my thoughts about it. And I'm going to start it in 3, 2, 1. So this is episode 6. Only 2 more to go after this. It was a very short season. It got cancelled very quickly. What's a weird looking plane? I've never seen one with an engine up top like that before, rather than at the front or at the sides. Ah, so he's a pilot as well. Of course he is.
While JC's doing his experiments, how about you and me going skinny dipping?
Unfortunately, Brooke said yes, and then ended up in jail for 10 to 15 years. Can't think what that sounds like. Not a seal. Is it a seal? Sea lion?
Jonathan!
It's a gorgeous location, though. I'd love to go somewhere like that with little caves to go into. And I literally mean just to go into where they are, and that's about as far as I would go. You see these proper cave divers who go into these tiny little caves and gaps and dive under the water and stuff. My God, they're crazy people. I could never do anything like that. That was so claustrophobic and dangerous. I mean, fair play to them, but exploring that way, but couldn't do that. It scared the hell out of me.
You just relax.
Oh, actually, it was at the seal.
Good. That's it, relax. Waddle.
Gotta hand it to her. She finds stuff.
I'll bet the rest of it's under here.
Probably not, but washed up.
Looks like a human skull.
Hey, maybe it's a pirate or something.
No, he's not been here that long. Just the sand crabs have been working overtime.
Male skull with a boomerang embedded in it.
Right, so he's basically saying it's a recent skeleton. Well, not an old skeleton. And the sand crabs have been at it, which is why there's no skin or anything on it. Which seems unlikely. An unlikely and total scenario. I would have thought where they are, that water would come up and that would all be underwater. So that body would have washed away. It wouldn't be buried just that little bit under the sand like that. So yeah, it's a very convenient scenario, this. Boomerang.
Whoa. It's got steel blades.
I'll bet he was murdered for this.
So it's specifically a boomerang designed for attack.
Even as he died, he wouldn't let go of it. It's a testimony to its value.
Sure is a beautiful Scrimshaw.
I wonder what the pictures mean.
Not necessarily a testament to its value. It might have been a good weapon to have, so he might have held on to it for his life.
We're on their knees, praying not to die.
I can't remember who he is, but he was in films and stuff. I think he was in Herbie films in the 70s. Bound to have information here about him.
Sea Dog knows everything there is about Scrimshaw.
Scrimshaw?
I'll have some information about Scrimshaw.
Sailors would carve the likeness of their ships on whales' teeth, for example.
Yeah.
Even picture stories of their exploits.
Well, I just have to study this a little closer. I'll take it upstairs and see if I can unriddle the tale that it holds.
Did he recognise it? Did he's been secretive, or that's the impression I'm getting. I think JC thinks that as well.
This is the secret to the treasure of Topaz Island.
It's in very good condition. Hasn't been worn away at all by the water or the sand.
I had a partner of mine in Nam use one to cut fruit off trees at 200 feet.
I could understand a boomerang being used to kill someone and to embed itself in someone if it was in your hand and you used it as a weapon. But I don't believe throwing a boomerang and it hitting someone would have the power to embed itself. I just don't think that would happen. I don't know, it just doesn't seem quite right. I just don't think it would have the strength, the speed to embed itself. So if steel one, if you hit someone with it like that, I mean, it's a blade basically. Yeah, that would be. I wonder how a steel boomerang would fly as well. I assume it has to be certain aerodynamic design to work properly. I don't know if that does work or not, but yeah, it doesn't sit right with me that.
You know, if you really want to find out who killed for a piece of Scrimshaw, Bluefin's the place to go.
It's not stereotypical at all, is it, this place?
This ain't no ordinary piece of Scrimshaw, I tell you. I found it clutched in a skeleton's hand, aye.
Is it weird that I find him more believable as a panther than I do as a sailor? I saw her in the reflection. I was wondering who she was. Oh, she looks familiar.
What's going on over there?
Sailor's poker.
Poker, huh?
He said sailor's poker.
100 a hand.
I think he does have a gambling problem. Because he was at the horses bet and he knew the bookies' names, and the bookies knew him. Yeah, actually, he knew the bookie's name and the bookie knew him. So yeah, he's no stranger to gambling. And isn't that woman from the Goonies film? The actress.
Winner of the last match goes first.
Oh, is it the knife? Yeah. How is that poker? I remember doing that in school, not with a blade. I think we used pens. Still hurt when you stabbed yourself, though.
Undersea salvage. Let me speak to Gibbs.
Right.
Australian, by the sounds of it. Right.
I'll find out who this sea dog is, and I will get the Scrimshaw myself.
My father carved that tusk and gave it to me when I was a little girl. It was stolen 6 months ago. Great sentimental value to me. Do you have it on you?
I have a feeling it's not sentimental value. I think she's obviously a bad guy as such, and she's after the treasure. Yeah, I know often they have often something does belong to someone and they are a nice person and bad people try to take it, but I think she's a bad guy.
How much? Name your price.
See, he's doing it again. The hearing thing is not just him hearing someone sneaking up. It's meant to imply that he has enhanced abilities. His senses are enhanced, so he can call upon an animal's enhanced abilities himself. It's weird, they've never just really explained that. It just kind of shows him do it every now and again when it's convenient. And it's a shame, because a little bit makes sense. It'd be nice if they just explained it a little bit, just to make it a bit more, I don't know, just to round the story off a little bit better, the character off a bit better. Is that guy with the tattoo? Yeah. Looks like a pretty tough guy. Not a good or believable fight. that bar was quite busy, and there's obviously very few people coming in and out. In fact, we've not seen anyone come in and out, which is unlikely for a bar that busy. And they're just there carrying bodies to the boot. Is she calling this in? I mean, they got a body in the boot. Obviously, he's alive, but in the boots. Why isn't she calling it in?
What's that noise? Step on it.
Well, I would have slammed the brakes on.
Hold it right there.
How are they going to explain that?
All right, wait a minute.
I assume they're bad guys and they're going to kidnap him and the Scrimshaw.
You're being held on a suspicion of a conspiracy to commit murder.
Why is he doing this? He's not a police officer. He's a consultant at best.
That Scrimshaw's worth millions.
Why is he letting that happen? I mean, that's
He's not even a cop. He shouldn't be interrogating her.
exactly. I mean, the fact that he let that happen, any lawyer would have a field day with this and get her out of there. I mean, that's so inappropriate. Yes, he's not a cop, but he is acting on behalf of the police. So it's just a ridiculous scenario all round.
All I know is that it was carved by a gang of convicts while they'd been shipwrecked, but nobody knew where.
You'd better tell me who threw that boomerang.
It was an Australian named Madrick.
Oh, I should have made the connection. I said he was Australian. Didn't think about boomerang.
I just know it will lead whoever deciphers it to a fortune, and I deserve at least part of that fortune because my husband died for it.
Di, what is it? Brooks,
Where's Clancy?
Gone.
So the only reason I can think of that they would ransack it that way is that they asked the guy, that older guy, Sea Dog, where the Scrimshaw was, and he wouldn't tell them. Even though it was just on the table in his room. I mean, before you ransack somewhere, you'd probably have a quick look around first to see if it was anywhere obvious, and then you'd start ransacking. So that seems a bit weird.
Hello.
You have a piece of Scrimshaw that is rightfully mine.
Oh, they haven't got it.
If you want to see your friend Sea Dog alive again, bring it to 1181.
So he must have hidden it. It's got to be in his room somewhere. He must have... This looks way too... okay. Looks way too new a condition to be... for the story they've told. I'm assuming that he's cutting it up, cutting off one of the clues, so he's going to take part of it there and then say, I'll give you the rest when you've let him go and we're free, sort of thing, which isn't a bad idea. Gives him a little bit of leverage.
This is the best way to guarantee Sea Dog's safety.
But they'll kill him if you don't give him the whole thing.
They will kill him if I do.
She's a police officer, though, and he's part of the task force, whatever that is. So surely they shouldn't be going along with this, with what the kidnappers say. They should be bringing in the rest of the... They'd have an obligation, as well, she would as a police officer, to bring in kidnapping specialists to deal with this. It would be I would have thought disciplinary matter, not for her to... or a disciplinary matter for her to be doing this without bringing in support. That seems weird.
As soon as I get Clancy to safety, I'll phone you, tell you where to deliver the other half.
JC, let me go with you. I can help. I know how Sea Dog thinks.
So the kid's going to take the other part and go after them and ruin everything.
What do you do?
I hate the fact those animals are in those tiny little rooms.
Brooke, Ty. The fawn, there's something wrong with him.
Oh, they're going to go in there and he's going to shut the door on them and lock them in.
No, look, he looks sick. His nose, it's all dry.
Corky! Corky, open this up!
This time he's wrong.
And I'll take the Scrimshaw.
Corky!
I'm really sorry. How do we get out of this place?
We don't. JC made it escape-proof.
No, you wouldn't. There would be a way out. It's only a sliding door. I'm sure they could probably force it up.
I'm here to make a trade.
You shouldn't have brought that.
The Scrimshaw. Let me have it.
After he's safely out of here.
It's cut in half. So have it brought over to me now. For it will be very interesting to see if he will still be laughing when his head is rolling.
That was going to be a natural. It's going to be a standoff. I mean, I don't know what the answer is because he's right that if he gave them the whole thing straight away, then they would more than likely kill them both by the looks of things, the way they're acting. But by only giving them part, he's now doing what I would have thought as well by saying, "Give me the rest, or I shoot him." There's no way it was going to work. They wouldn't have let him go and trusted him to bring the rest of the Scrimshaw. So you would have had to have brought the police in. That's the only way, and have the place. I mean, they knew where they were and where he was being held. Why didn't they have the police raid it with, sharpshooters? It just wouldn't work the way he did it. There's no logical way it would work. Well, they're completely stuffed now. If this kid's got the rest of it, they got no leverage at all.
No! Don't hurt it, please! I'll give you the other half! I'm sorry, JC.
First thing in the morning, we'll all be going for a little plane ride.
Is he just holding on, or is he handcuffed on?
Bid Mr. Chase farewell from me.
No!
Oh no, he is tied on. You can see he's got a parachute on underneath the jacket. Now it takes quite a while for him to change. So he's going to have to... oh dear, that's bad. Be quick. I assume he's going to change into a hawk. No pressure, you might want to hurry. I don't know how fast a hawk flies, but I wouldn't have thought it'd be fast enough to catch up with a plane. And how's he going to explain this to that sea dog and the kid when he suddenly pops up alive later? Whilst they're hungry, at least they get to eat the Joey. Oh, he didn't follow them. The deer, not the... I thought it was a... They've had a kangaroo in there before, Joey.
What's this here? Hey, here. What's this? Falconer, Union, Adamant, Meridian?
Wait a second. I saw those names someplace.
Well, also, if I remember rightly, that shape they had there on the map, I think the Scrimshaw, with the one with all the dots around it, had a similar kind of shape. So it's, like I said, it's a map. I don't know what the dots relate to, though.
That's the etching on the Scrimshaw.
Yep.
Now, each of these dots represents a ship that went down.
There's hundreds of them.
Yeah. Dangerous place.
The ships must have been swept onto it by the currents, held there while the waves broke open their hulls. They would then have been filled with sand and literally swallowed whole by the island with the treasures aboard.
Then why hasn't anybody dug up?
The Scrimshaw being carved by shipwrecked convicts. Now, maybe they found a solid portion of the island, moved the treasure to it, and then carved how to find it on the tusk.
There it is! Topaz Island!
Big island. The way they were talking about it a minute ago, it sounded like a small place with basically a bit more like a big sandbank than an actual island.
Watch where you step. The island is loaded with sinkholes.
How does he know that?
What is it?
Horses.
Horses.
They were on the Scrimshaw.
There were 3 ponies on that Scrimshaw.
So what does it mean?
I don't know, but let's find them. Hopefully they'll have the answer.
Oh yeah, mate. Gold over there. Got all the apples.
Ah!
So, hold your arms out straight. Straight.
Oh.
Take my hand.
Help!
She also needs to lie down flat. I actually watched a video a while ago on how to escape from quicksand. So not a sinkhole. I don't know if the theory is the same. But you've got to get one leg. You can't. I'm checking my leg. You can't see. You've got to get one leg out first. You shake one leg and get it out and lay it on top, and then get the other leg out. But you've got to be careful about if you do it the wrong way, you actually dislocate your knees doing it. But yeah, laying flat is the key. But I don't know if that's the same with our sinkhole. If ever you fall into a sinkhole and it works for you, let me know. Otherwise, you'll be able to tell me. Be a horrible way to go, though. I want to hurry. What's he going to turn into? Oh, this is a new one. Oh, blimey. Oh, that was a bit quick there, but okay, a snake. I thought an elephant would be better, so that he could use his trunk to go down and probably pick her up. I really think an elephant would be better. Its trunk could have picked her up without her needed to pull herself out. How did they get buggies on the island when they were in a little plane? And the island was not that big from above.
In a sandstorm, the island shifts. The ponies instinctively move to a solid spot, which is obviously where the treasure is, so we follow the ponies.
But we can't even see them! Don't
worry, I can hear them.
Don't be able to hear anything with that wind going on. And what if all the ponies had died? I mean, there's not that many of them, and the island's small. If they all died off for some reason, what then?
Bring the shovels!
It's all just lying there on top.
Let's run!
But...
Come on, let's run!
An old man like that and a kid, not going to get very far.
Clancy, look out!
Police, freeze!
It's going to hit him. The way the speed he threw it just wouldn't. Health and safety. Get your seatbelt on. Must be quite. I've never driven one of those. Must be quite cool to be able to ride one like that over dunes and not to worry about it wrecking the vehicle, because they are designed to do that. And if anything does go wrong, they are designed to be easily repairable. There's not much to them. It's just an engine with a frame and wheels. Must wreck your back though on the jumps. Ugh. Yeah, that must be uncomfortable. Where's he gonna go? Well, it would have been easier to put it into the box and then run with the box. He's gonna fall into a sinkhole, and he won't let go of the gold to be saved.
Take my hand. Take it.
He won't. Oh?
No,
No.
let that stuff go. Take it.
I searched for this too long.
Was it worth it? That really is a horrible way to go. Oh, your lungs would fill with sand and... Oh. Apart from the numerous plot holes, I actually quite enjoyed that episode. It was a good sort of treasure hunt episode. All the kind of shows like this sort of had one. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff didn't make sense, but it wasn't an awful episode. That's probably the second best one so far. Interesting to see the snake transformation, although you didn't see much of it. You saw a few bits, and then it kind of skipped over quite a lot. But even that was freaky. There's that one bit where he looked. I've said it numerous times, but I don't get the age this show's aimed at. That would have been scary back then for kids at the time this was broadcast. I'm surprised they were allowed to broadcast that. I wouldn't have thought that would pass the censors, who check things to make sure they're suitable. That surprises me. So we've seen a panther transformation, hawk, and a bit of a snake. And I say they must be the most expensive part of the show to do, I should think, is to have those transformations. Obviously, panther and hawk we see the most. We haven't seen the snake before. We haven't seen any other transformation. He has turned into other things, but we've not seen the transformation. And as I say, we've got 2 more episodes to go. So I don't know whether we're going to see any more. I didn't think we'd see that. So I don't know what other transformations we're going to see, or whether we'll see the snake again. Because obviously it's more cost effective for them to reuse those transformation processes. They're the same each time. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see that. But yeah, it wasn't a bad episode. Yeah. Let me know what you thought about this one. Also, I said it in the episode. It really doesn't make sense to me. It's just the fact that she's a police officer and all this happened, and they didn't call in for backup and everything. That's incompetence, let alone anything else. Yeah, like I said, a lot of plot holes, but let me know what you thought about this one in the comments below, and I shall see you for the next episode. Be seeing you.